Mono Blue Obsession. Anyway, so this is the Jadine Clomparens build from the Star City article today on what they would play in Columbus. Looked pretty interesting. Figured I'd give it a try. I actually don't expect that good of results from this deck because your power card in the past has always been Tempest Gen, and you were good versus red decks because they didn't have clean answers to it. But now that Lightning Coil's being played and potentially being played as a 4 of main deck, it just seems like it's a lot harder for this deck to have legs versus those decks. Hopefully I'll be proven wrong, but that's what I expect when we jump into the matches. That Lightning Coil is going to be El Problemo. I don't think Baral hurts it that much at all. Like, Baral was cute versus the control decks, but I'm not sure the control decks can really exist right now. I think there's way too much red in the format, and I think the control decks are going to be very bad versus the red decks. And then, like, you have things like the green-black decks with Assassin's Trophy and extra, or the Dimir decks with like extra discard spells. I think like all of those are going to be very good versus control. But obviously, I want the card. So this is kind of the perfect hand. Just have to hope our Siren Storm Tamer survives turn 1. Could actually even potentially play it slower and then play this on 2 and this on 3 with holding it up, but the red decks really only have Shock to deal with it. They actually probably just can't beat Still Leaf Champion on 2. So I thought about leaving up Essence Scatter here. But I'm not going to. So what have you been in today, Mr. James? Oh please, try to kill my Soren Storm Tamer. That's not trying to kill my Tamer. My friends, we are paired versus Zabru. This is a competitive league. We'll go ahead and just cast this and hold up Essence Scatter and dive down. There's a good chance that they play Conclave on 4. Or on 3, rather. This turn for 4 mana. Rip. So I want to keep dive down up. Honestly, I'm not sure I care if they get a bunch of little 1/1 soldiers. That I do care about. Just want to write Big Daddy on all of my Tempest Gens. Anyway, here's Big Daddy. And we win. We don't actually win, but I'm talking trash in advance because we win. Honestly, if 2 protection spells for our Tempest Gens, I don't think they're going to beat us. I would actually do think we win. Sorry guys, you'll see something pop up on my screen. Just go ahead and ignore that. And I have no idea what screen this is going to pop up on. So I apologize in advance. So, sorry, who cares? I have a different sleep schedule at the moment. I'm doing the whole like 6 a.m. to midnight sleeping stuff right now. a lot of real world responsibilities at this moment in time. What whatever do you cast? Main phase? Main phase? That was main phase. So if they have like a pump spell, oh, okay. Well, they're just done. They don't care. There's actually 9 damage too. Got him? Question mark. Smiley face. Haha. These cards seem pretty decent here. These things seem like they block decently here. What don't I really want here? Trim on some ops. They didn't show me anything that I really cared enough to Essence Scatter. So I probably need some number of Essence Scatters for like Lyra stuffs. Because Lyra stuffs are the dangerous stuffs. Ah! Hmm. Maybe I just don't need Diamond Mares. I have an infinite amount of work to do when I get offline. In fact, I'm going to get a notepad out so I don't forget. Excuse me. Definitely going to keep. They've already mulliganed, and we have this into this. We'll have to hope it's good enough. Yeah, gosh. They did stuff. They also had 5 mana. What? Didn't expect that from the random Naya deck. Anyway, the wall is down. Show us another removal spell, friend. Or prepare to die. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, apparently. I guess I'm just taking it all. Hmm. Sure. It's whatever. Everything gets a little bit bigger, but we have 2 blockers next turn. Oh, gonna have another. Cute. What, do we hit a land or do we lose? We lose. Sometimes you don't draw lands. And you lose to their mulligan. You know, take these negates out now. I'll bring these things in. Take out the Essence Scatters too. They've still just not showed me anything that I want to get rid of. Let's try to come up the board a little more. Hey Dong, what's up, man? Ah, we'll keep. Don't have a Curious Obsession, don't have a Tempest Gen, but I have cards that give us some turns. Not sure whether I should play this or this on 2. This gets us additional life, but this starts surveilling, which gets us to the cards we need. Problem is, if I don't cast the Diamond Mare on 2, I'm probably not casting it on 3 either. More likely to cast it on 3 now, I guess. This is just a Llanowar Elf. I'll probably just Exclusionary Mage it. Not a Llanowar Elf. Oh gosh, this Night Veil's so good. We do not want you. Who knows? Maybe it's better than Baral. The Night Veil sprite doing Night Veil things. All to do it all day. Destroys my enchantment? No, sir. Leave the enchantment alone. I do want to land this time. It feels so good. We got to choose the card we wanted. How good is this? It's ridiculous. Friends? Who cares about any of this crap you're doing? No one. No one cares about any of this crap you're doing. Oh god, it feels so good. Always yield. I like you. Let's go ahead and draw our baby this turn. Yes. With protection. Taste our 10 points of Flying Doom. We even have an Exclusionary Mage if he got to untap and play Lyra. Alright, we beat the Nigh One Drop Brew, or the Nigh Aggro Brewski. That's what we refer to in the business as a doing things. Hey, Tinvoro. He watched us a few times, a long time ago, before I think he realized he was a lot better than us. And that he could be doing better things. Keep. He'll 100% be on a mid-range brew. Because that's the type of things that tinfoil do. Guess we don't want you. Certainly didn't want another land though either. We'll try to wait till we have a counterspell or a dive down before we play the Curious Obsession. If he taps out and just kills the Tempest Gem, there's a good chance I just Curious it now and go. Yeah, we're 100% Curiousing it now. Fate will be on our side. We have 3 draw steps to basically find a dive down or a storm. We don't want you. Because there's a good chance our creature won't be around next turn. Lovely. Well, we lose this game. Extremely hardly. We also already saw like 12 lands and 18 cards or something. So it just does nothing. Nice. And maybe they won't have another answer. Still have 2 cards in their hand. I find this extremely unlikely that they wouldn't. But if somehow they don't, this certainly does the dirty. Rip. They did. Who would have ever guessed? So we now have 0 out. Fortunately, it actually doesn't look like their deck is anything that we have to worry about. They're certainly not playing any real spells. Alright, so what do we want versus spells that I deem not real? This seems pretty decent versus him. The games are going to go fairly long. Tricksters just may not do anything in general. Having the 4 Pheasant Scatter is weird. Good. Like, this Curious Obsession is kind of nice. I don't think Assassin's Trophy is very good. I don't even know if I would main deck it in Standard, but our opponent did. It didn't really do anything. Anyway, we have to combo this game, so they're going to need multiple removal spells, which is nice. Our combo, by the way, is any 1-drop, Curious Obsession, and this thing. Or sometimes just 2 1-drops. I'd almost block with my Mist Cloak Herald, but nah. We're going to be too busy killing them with it. I don't want to draw Syncopate. They could have one of those Smoot cards or whatever. Like, that seems like a very reasonable thing to be in their deck. They have a lot of meat to, like, rebuild with, though, if they do. Creatures our opponent control gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Short. Hmm. That was a good draw. You have a very good hand. Saving the Disdainful Stroke in case they have a like Vraska's Contempt or something. Love to hit a land here. Oh, we did. Neat. Their stuff got protected that game. Imagine. So that's a card to think about. These are 1-drop significantly less good. Maybe I want this too. Yeah, that one's just going too far though. Got one of these. They actually aren't playing anything I really want to bounce that I've saw. Figure he's got Doom Whisperer though. That's a pretty good hand. With a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, we just have to get to it. That's going to be hard to beat. This card is very good. This card is going to be very hard for us to beat. Be considerably less hard for us to beat if he doesn't have a 3rd land. If we get through this phase with all of our things, we'll win. We did not get through this phase with all of our things. Don't need that anymore. Putting it in the graveyard too also like bluffs very strongly that we have another. We used a 3-mana one. Well, it's pretty far ahead on the clock here, but did not want to draw another dive down. Alright, that's going to be helpful for the following turn. I just don't want them playing those things again, so... we'll try to double block that if he attacks. They're going to concede to that? That was a weird one to concede to. Man, I have been extremely impressed by Night Veil Sprout already. Night Veil Sprout is a good Magic card, apparently. Our opponent's double queuing. They're currently 3-1 as well, so we're trying to stop them from getting the big prize. I'm going to keep this even though it's a little bit greedy, but we have a turn one of these, a turn one. We have like all 3 of our cards. We just have to hit a land in our basically top 2 draw steps, and he has to not be playing a red deck. Well, he was playing a red deck, so we already failed at step 1 of that. You can do it, deck. One-time land or we lose. If we get a land, I think we'll win. We did not get a land, so we lose. Should put a stop during my upkeep. Yeah, unfortunate. I guess I don't want that stop. Because if I hit a land, I would rather have access to Essence Scatter. Well, all we had to do was untap and we win, I think. Now winning gets much harder. Though not impossible. Since we only have 1 creature in our hand and we have 3 dive downs, I think I'm going to wait and just counterspell anything they play here. Quite literally. I would counterspell a Lightning Strike if they cast it. They still have 4 cards. It takes a lot to kill a Tempest Djinn. I guess I just can't block if they attack, can I? Not the very next turn, anyway. We're way ahead on the clock. Can we attack? I think we're going to try it. We can always just, like, not attack next turn, right? If things go tremendously bad for us. They also keep casting nothing, which is odd. Feels like they have to have like 3 or 4 burn spells in their hand. You'd think they would have already wanted to play them, though. You're just waiting for us to go in on Tempest Djinn? Because, I mean, I'm there. I'm already there. It's a 2-turn clock, friend, basically. Assuming we hit 1 land, you know, in our top 2. or another Curious Obsession. Alright, well, we win next turn if you can't kill it. Or me. I guess you could just kill me. Alright, well, our opponent casts less spells than us somehow. I don't know how we won that game. So they're the Wizard Red version, so it seems like this is pretty reasonable then. Actually, like this versus the version that can bounce things. Kind of interested if this card or this card. I'm kind of interested if this card's playable. I'm gonna get rid of some of these X ones, though. I don't know if I should get rid of some of these ops because I constantly do. And I'm gonna actually just try some of these this game. I think. Nah, or just try to syncopate, I think. I don't think I want to cut anything else. No, this hand seems reasonable. This card says basically gain 3 life on it, which is kind of cute. Cool thing about this is, if they have a Goblin Chain Whirler, they'll probably cast it pre-combat to bump that. And then that gives us the opportunity to trade our Trickster into this if we want. Or opponent could just be smart. Not gonna block. It's too easy for them to have a burn spell here. We don't have enough mana yet to matter. This card right here is brutal. So we're going to have a burn spell for our thing. We can't really protect it either. We'll just lose if we do. But we're going to protect it. Hey Murph, what's up? I don't even think he should have been banned. I think his ban was very silly, and I think the people complaining about it are very silly. He had 3 count? Oh, yeah. Sorry, you got the second counter from that. That just makes no sense. They have extra mana. Why did they do that? We've lost this game, though. I don't know if anybody knows. Oh, ban Frenzy. I thought you were talking about all the Dan Ward Twitter dramas. Alright, well, this game's over. I don't think Frenzy's a very good Magic card. I think people will find out they shouldn't be playing Frenzy. I think 4 manas do nothing when they're cast aren't particularly good because it doesn't guarantee do anything the next turn. Like, if you just have 2 lands on top of your deck, it did nothing. On Modo, $5 max and then start dropping. In real life, roughly the same. Still take the same trajectory as Earthshaker Kenra. I guess I'm going to keep that. It's definitely not broken. I have never lost to it yet. Every single game that has ever been casted I was going to lose, I had already lost. And I have won so many games that they've cast it and it did nothing because I played Vance's Blasting Station and got more out of it. You're not going to cast 5 spells. You're playing it on turn 4, you're untapping, you're going to have like 5 mana. You're casting like 2 spells if you're lucky. You should, for your 4 mana spot, you should just be playing Rekindling Phoenix. You're crafting your mono red deck to go to turn 7. I feel like we're already playing a different Magic game, Murph. I'm not putting a card in my deck for when I go to turn 7. They still have 5 cards in their hand, by the way, and we have effectively none. They just untap and play Rekindling Phoenix. We're like basically drawing dead to an exclusionary mage in a land. I don't even want it in my board. I'd rather have Blasting Station in my board. I think it does more on average. And by more on average, I mean they're basically the same card, but I think flipping Blasting Stations will win me more games than you getting to cast 39 permanents with a Frenzy. I'm pretty sure these decks should all have 4 Phoenixes main. I kind of don't want to counterspell that. But I'm behind in the clock if I don't. I just lose the Rekindling Phoenix now, though. Yeah, like our opponent could cast it right now. What's better, Rekindling Phoenix or an Experiment? Which one of those lets him win this game? And I don't think you want to put 37 4-drops in your deck, especially if you're playing Frenzies. Why would you wait and do that? Okay. No, if he casts Frenzy, the game's over. I win. Curious Obsession? That's not a Curious Obsession. So basically we're drawing to an Exclusionary Mage or probably another Merfolk Trickster now. Dire Fleet, what do you do? I have nothing in my graveyard, that's fine. It doesn't take our out of drawing either of those cards away. I don't think I underestimate them. I've played with them quite a bit. I'm probably 100 matches deep in this format. Risk Factor's playable and Frenzy's playable, but neither of them are broken. And I'm pretty sure the decks that have Risk Factor are just going to end up being misbuilt, because I don't think you want to be the Gifu Lavamancer type red decks. Like, I just don't think those decks are good. I guess I'll just pass here. I'm not really sure. No, I probably don't pass here. I probably Exclusionary Mage the Goblin Chain Whirler. Because they can't really cast it next turn. People act like Risk Factor's broken. Frenzy 100% is not broken. Guess I have to let them kill that. We're back to needing to draw the same cards to win. They still have 4 cards in their hand. Just draw like a Tempest Gen or something. Yeah, that's fine. We can't really counterspell it. They can't really attack. Alright, we have to draw something soon or we probably lose. Again, it's hard for them to attack here. Now they have 3 spells, so that's bad for us. Alright, so now we just have to protect this. It takes a lot of spells to kill Tempest Gen when we have a counter spell in our hand. Okay. I guess you're just dead to the Tempest Gen then? Or do you have that and a Lightning Coil? We did it! 3-0. Like, our opponent's probably playing the Experimental Frenzy Risk Factor deck. I don't think either of those cards would have helped him at any point during this game. Like, he still has multiple spells in his hand that he's not got to cast. Maybe one of them's a land, but I highly doubt both of them are lands. Highly doubt either of them are lands, because he does have Fight with Fires, and he was just been playing lands to kick them if he did. Or he's got Experimental Frenzy, so like, best case, I think one of them's a land. Though, it should in fact be 0 of them. But he's probably playing the Risk Factor deck with Frenzies. Those cards are just okay, they're not great. I've seen Risk Factor go off. Risk Factor definitely goes off, I just don't think it goes off on average. The big addition it got was Night Veil Sprite. Night Veil Sprite is really, really good. It's basically the only new card we're playing. And by basically, I mean it is the only new card we're playing. So 1/2 flyer for 2 mana, and whenever it attacks, it gets to Surveil. And the Surveil goes really well with the Curious Obsession because you get to Surveil before you draw. This hand's gas. They're 3-0, so there's going to be a mountain in their deck. So this hand's not very good versus a mountain. But they're almost guaranteed to have a mountain in their deck because they're 3-0. Yes, I know I'm 3-0 without a mountain in my deck, but I'm friggin' serious, baby. I can win if anything. Common folk can't. I say that in jest, by the way. I really hope people don't think I'm being serious. Because we drew a counterspell, I think we're going to wait and play the Curious Obsession when we have protection. Uh-oh, somebody sent me a picture on Facebook. Is it stream appropriate? Let's find out. It was not stream appropriate. Sprite is pretty sick, man. You gotta play Sprite. Sultai. Oh my. I could counterspell that, but I don't really care about it. Yeah, I don't care about it. Better save our counterspells for something to put on my head on the clock. Yeah, the sprout is just great. I don't really see a 2/2 first strike when we don't attack on the ground mattering. I'd rather save all of my counter spells to either A, protect our Curious Obsession, or B, like, stop something where we won't be ahead of. I do kind of miss the Spell Pierce. Right here's a Sprout. What do we do with this Sprout? I kind of want it, but I think I'm going to ditch it. Let's see. I'll keep it. I'm not going to play it this turn, but I'm running 2 charts. Exclamation mark deck list works, but we're running 2 charts and 2 ops and 4 sprites. This is Jadine Clemperrin's build of the deck, or she might have net decked it from somebody else. I saw it in her article. I can't say emphatically she built the deck, but I definitely saw the deck in her article, or this version of the deck in her article. We've been playing the gosh, why am I blanking right now? Death Snow. What is Death Snow's name? Kevin Chu? Not Kevin Chu. Oh God, what is Death Snow? Ken Yukihiro. There we go. We've been playing his build for a few weeks and been very happy with it. Go ahead and counterspell that, because I don't really know what they're doing, and I'm not afraid of them killing this with 1 black mana. Fatal Push is gone. My opponent might be double queuing or something. He's certainly taking a long time. You don't just put this in your deck for no reason, though, so I don't want it in play. There's a Tempest Gen for next turn. Pretty much keeping no cards past the Tempest Gen that doesn't either protect our stuff or counterspell something. So like Dive Downs, Wizard's Retorts, Essence Scatters are the only cards I'm leaving on top of my deck. Once we get to start cycling the with the night, or sorry, surveilling with the Night Veil Sprout rather. He played it at Japanese Worlds a week or 2 before that as well, and it was really nice. I love the fact that the Night Veil Sprout gets to surveil before you draw. So like you surveil with this and pick what you want and then draw it with the Obsession. Like they play really, really well together. They look like they want to kiss. See here, this one's like facing that way and this one's facing that way. Let's just take our damage. Again, we're still heading the clock here. We can slam Tempest Gen or Curious Obsession next turn. It'll probably depend upon what happens with our Wizard's Retort this turn, like whether we use it or not. Hostage Taker, certainly going to use it then. I don't know. I've never noticed that promo art. Is that a paper? Is there a paper version of that, or is that just Moto? That's hot. Yeah, he just like casually has a sword to a dinosaur's throat. Yar. Alright. Load up this thing. Turn things sideways. Don't want that. Draw cards. Yeah, so we still have the Storm Tamer to protect either Jin, the Sprite, or just like Counterspell Hostage Taker ability. Whatever we need here. If they play something like Vraska's Contempt targeting the Jin, I'll probably let it resolve because I value my Curious Obsessions more than the Jin. Though maybe I shouldn't. Seems like it'd be really hard for them to just target the Storm Tamer and then like next turn attack for 8. Seems like it'd be and cast another Jin. Seems like it'd be really hard to come back from that. Yeah, I probably will protect it now that I think about it. Sir Choops coming down doing Sir Choops things. This thing can't even attack now. I had extra mana that turn. I could opt during my upkeep. It's probably actually right too. If we draw Siren Storm Tamer this turn, we're going to want that mana in the end. Surveil's so good. I really hope I remember to play a land. Okay, I did. It's turn 6. Did not punt. Played our land. Don't think we need that. Gosh, Surveil's good. How many times can I say Surveil's good before you guys get tired of hearing me repeat myself? Opponent goes down to 3 here. And we get to slam another Big Daddy. If I was going to Columbus this weekend, I would either be playing this or Mono Red. For sure. But alas, I don't even think I'm going to my local tournament this weekend. I am what they refer to in the business as lazy. Yes. Bring me my card. Ooh, it's another Night Veil. What could they play here that would make me not want to cast a Night Veil? Is there anything? I guess I'd rather save the opt to try to hit an Essence Scatter or a Dive Down just in case. Alright, well I guess I don't even have to make a decision. Our opponent made it for us. What would we have got with our opt? We would have got an island. Alright, so they're playing Sultai stuff. They have Ravenous Chupacabras and they have Hostage Takers. Presumably they have other big things. Makes me kind of want these, but like not super bad. Same with these. I like going a little bit bigger on the draws. I'm going to get rid of 2 ops again. I think I might like op more than Chart a Course now. Now that we don't have Baral. We'll try the ops this time. Don't know what else to sideboard out. I don't think our Tricksters seem like they do anything in this match. Other than be generic Wizard number 1. Have some answer to Doom Whisperer if we bring that in. Because if they're playing this deck with Lazarus and stuff, they 100% have Doom Whisperer in their deck, right? Like, that doesn't seem like a stretch. It seems like it's just a guarantee that they have it. Could have brought in the Negates. They probably have a bunch of spells too, but they've already showed us 2 different creatures that kill our dudes. I don't think we can afford to have a bunch of Scatters, a bunch of Syncopates, a bunch of Disdainful Strokes, and a bunch of Essence Scatters, and they're better removal or like Vraska's Contempts anyway, so like Disdainful Stroke can get those. It doesn't do anything about like Cast Down though. This hand's gas. It's on the slow side, but it's still gas. This is quickly becoming my favorite card in the format. I'm going to order 4 foils tonight, I think. Just going to foil this deck out, I believe. In paper. It can't cost more than like $50, can it? I'm highly exaggerating. Because foils of Siren Storm Tamer are probably $2 or $3. Yeah. A lot of cards in here that are probably $2 or $3 foiled. It cannot stop a Choop ability, no. It stops abilities on cards, but it does not stop coming into play triggers. You would need a Stifle type effect for that. It's an Odor magic card. Card Stifle. It's not legal right now, but you need this type of thing. You need something that counters target triggered ability. Oh, we have our favorite friends back together. Our favorite friends did not last long. Alright, land. You're not a land. I kind of just want to hold up this here. Because I feel like if I play this, he's going to have some kind of Chupacabra or Hostage Taker type effect. But I also don't feel like I'm winning the game if I don't just cast spells. Maybe they have another land that comes into play tapped or something. Like a Guildgate. Probably not though, Guildgate would have already been played. Kind of want a 22nd land in this deck now. It's Chupacabra. Nope. Contempt. That's better for us at least. Alright. Well, we get to protect this one. Down to 3 cards as well. They do have this thing. It's going to be hard to win this game. We missed land drop 3. We missed it on turn 4 as well. And they had double removal spell Bloodfest. Should be a very hard game to win. We do have a fistful of counter spells though. And protection spells. So if we can get out of like the next 2 turns without too much impactful happening, we should be okay. But I think it'll be hard to even get out of the next turn. I think there's a very high probability he's just going to like untap and play something like Doom Whisper and us not be able to win the race. Whatever it is, they're taking too long though. There is no excuse for them being over 6 minutes shy on the clock, Venus. The rest, that's not good for me. So we didn't get out of this turn clean. Back to having a very hard time. No worries. Back to having problems. Because they're either going to take this, or they're going to take this and kill this. One of the two. Yeah, well, they have a Bloodfast, which make our counter spells fairly irrelevant. And we've got 1 point of damage a turn coming at you, friend. Boom. What you gonna do when the Mistcloak Herald runs wild on you? Pretty sure I'm just counterspelling everything and not caring at this point. "16 more lovely turns." Wah wah wah. Tempest Gem would be very good. What is this thing? Whatever it is, I'm gonna cast a counterspell on it. No, they bring in the gates? They brought in the gates. What? I never like bringing in the gates just to try to get other people's counterspells. Like, you could just have a threat and get their counterspell. And the threats are good at other times where the gate's only good if I have a bunch of counterspells. I don't think it's realistic to think you're going to snag a Curious Obsession. But this game's been over since turn 2. Or was it turn 3, sorry. It could still steal with a Tempest Gem, but it's not very likely. This is actually reasonably likely if they don't have counterspells. A lot of mana. I'm not reading it, I'm just trying to counterspell it. I think I keep no card that's not a Tempest Gem now. He still knows 2 to 3 cards in our hand. I guess I don't want to land, so we need our little homie. No. What will we ever do? I'm still not sure this game's 100% over. It's just like 90-ish. We can do it. 1 turn, Tempest Gem. Yes. We've drawn 19 cards so far. It's reasonable to draw 1 Tempest Gem. What do you do? Oh, you block Tempest Gem, don't you? That's unfortunate. Alright, well. We didn't find a Tempest Gen in our top 20. Probably we wouldn't have won anyway. He'd have probably had 2 answers at that point. Kind of want you back. Let's shave one of you. The Tempest Gen back on the play. Alright. Kind of the same story as the first. I think charter courses are a little bit better on the play because there's more of a chance that we get to use them on turn 2. This hand's not keepable. We just won't beat his deck with this draw. We won't beat his deck with this draw either, but I'm not going to mulligan again. It's pretty unfortunate. There's like 3 unplayable hands in a row. Great. We're really relying on this charter course. We even kept a 3-drop on top of our library because of it. So we mulligan and they have a discard spell on turn 1. It's pretty bad for us. Rip 5-0 Dream. Feels like there's no reason to even cast one of these. He's just going to cast down and get to untap and do something. Hopefully it's... I don't even know what I want it to be. Doesn't seem like it mattered what it was. He was going to have an answer to it of some kind. I guess Contempt's what we wanted it to be. Not good for us. Probably have a negate now. Oh, no negate? Just probably a second 3-drop then? It's weird. I was saving to Syncopate to try to win a counterspell war on another turn, but it's potential I should have just used it there. Knows we have Disdainful Strokes. So whatever this is, they don't care. I guess we just let that resolve so we can use the Exclusionary Mage on something. Pretty sure I block if he attacks. Okay. On a positive note, they don't have anything going for them. We draw a Tempest Gen, it may be enough. We draw a Curious Obsession for this, it may be enough. probably need the Obsession now. Should have used this Syncopate several turns ago, it appears. The Syncopate's becoming less and less good as every turn goes by. Wonderful. We have a dive down now. It'll help us protect a Tempest Djinn or a Night Veil or something if we get it. We don't have a lot of turns to get them, though. We're 100% out of gas. We basically have 2 deck cards in our hand. We're behind on board and behind on lands. I think the dive down, that means they probably have an answer for a Tempest Djinn in their hand. We probably shouldn't be casting these lands at this point. There is Charter Courses in our deck. Oh, you still got 6 cards left, or 6 mana? Rip, Syncopate, you are no good to us. Red Rover, send us on over a Curious Obsession. Not another Syncopate. Yes, if they have literal nothing, we have draws. I'm not blocking, so. I feel like we drew the wrong half of our deck both games here. It doesn't feel to me like it's a bad match. It doesn't mean like we should run over him most of the time. We did only draw 3 creatures this game. We drew no Tempest Djinns in either game 2 or 3. Boo. Oh well. We play for the 4-1 now. This hand's not good. We're getting to bad hands. We didn't get paired versus any red aggro decks really today, just a 1. Who's our last opponent, Trekker? Are we both 3-0? We were. That might be a 5-0 list then. Fungal Infection main deck. Yeah, you got us. Don't think that's good enough to be in the main decks right now. Because you have to keep in mind the 1-drops from the red decks. It's not very good versus. Like the only card that's really good versus in the red decks even are Steamkin, which is almost a good enough reason to play it, but I don't think really a good enough reason to play it. You can kill like a Lava Runner and stuff, like if they don't have 2 things in their graveyard. It kills elves. Maybe it's not as bad as I give it credit for. I don't know what this does. Oh. That card's actually pretty good. Alright, really need a Night Veil Sprout now, but we'll accept any creature. That's about the furthest thing from a creature in our deck. What's up with getting these god-awful draws versus the Sultai decks? Like, just stone unplayable. Is that rare? It is rare. To your hand. Okay. It's got a lifelink, though. Which could be a problem. You're good, opponent. Just cast whatever you want. I've already hit F6. Unfortunately, some of us don't get to cast spells. A weird card for that deck. We keep you. No upgrades in the format. Maybe things like Treasure Map actually are playable now. I doubt it. At least main board, but potentially. They just cast Doom Whisper, we have no out, and we lose. Our out's like draw multiple Tempest Shins. It's fine. Don't care. They have multiple of that in their main deck. It's a little wild. Double Trickster probably doesn't do anything very good, but we do have a Wizard's Retort to try to protect our Siren for a turn. Still not doing impressively good here. They didn't use this during their upkeep, so that means they have something for 4 mana. Probably a Contempt. Or a Chupacabra. Or maybe they just forgot. And they took a weird pause there. They definitely have it. So let's just get ready to cast our Retort. I guess they have 2 of them. Okay, I'm just confused now. I'm gonna hit at least 1 land here. That's not a land. That's not a land. Well, that wrecks me. Needed a land. Looking for land. Oh, crushed. Come on, deck. We're so far ahead. Why can't we just have a land? We drew four cards that turn. 5 if you include the scry. Not that unreasonable to ask for one land. Think I'm willing to let my Storm Tamer die now? No, I'm not. Just gonna take my 4 damage again. Be sad. Probably would let the Storm Tamer die. I think the Tempest Shin's how we win from here. Had another one of those awkward pauses, so we're gonna get upkeeped again. No, we did not get upkeep that time. Weird. Alright, you can do it, deck. Land? Land? I don't actually want another land, but whatever. Wanted a dive down, to be completely frank. Alright, well that was helpful. Took a big step forward there. Didn't cast a Curie Obsession because we can actually use the Storm Tamer to protect the Tempest Shin if we need to. Though we're going to try to protect with the Wizard's Retort first, of course. Oh, it has a lot of mana. So I have access to 9 lands now? We're kind of bottlenecked on lands. We have more lands, or more spells than we do lands, and that's not going to change this game, I don't think. So that's 5. 6. Veldraska. Hmm. Attack for 11. So they true have access to 2 brand new cards. Start with this. We can tap the Blood Operative so they don't gain life. It's a Vampire Assassin. That's a cool creature type. Destroy all creatures with converted can mana cost 3 or less. Alright, well. It's an interesting card to be in your deck. You've showed us no creature that doesn't kill yet, but it's fine. It is something. He's going to be drawing a lot of cards over the next couple turns. Guess I'm not going to play them all. Since it's literally all we have left. So I only have one card. Whatever it is, it costs at least 5 mana. I think this is a Relic Seeker again. Wrecked. It's so good here. That is a nice last card. That is an interesting use of said nice last card. I'm just going to attack him with both. Might actually use a dive down to protect this. No, using a dive down to protect that seems silly. Alright. Well, don't draw a Smoot, please. If you do, I'm dead. Pretty dead anyway, because we're drawing 3 cards. One of them's going to be useful. The very worst case, I can just minus on these twice. I do have to dive down now, though, so it at least helps in that regard. But they get to scry too, so they're drawing 3 cards and scrying 1. That's a lot of stuff. That card just beat us. The turn 11 discard spell beat us. It's wild. Actually, I don't approve of his use of that. You're trying to kill? Alright, well, we're certainly going to use you. Attack their head. Curious Obsession wins the game this way. So we still have outs. kind of weird. They didn't cast... Oh, they couldn't pay the 3 life to get these back. I'm an idiot. I feel like they should have drawn cards with the treasure trove first. Well, now they have to find an answer for our 1/5. Because the Vraska can't kill it next turn. I forgot that you had to pay 3 life. I thought they were getting both of these cards back last turn. I thought the game was just over on the spot. They have a removal spell. It actually probably is still over, but that's beside the point. Put that on top. Any creature can stay on top at this point. So we basically have to fade 1 draw step then? It's not asking a lot. But they're not conceding, so maybe it's asking a lot in this spot. Guess I'm putting that in the graveyard. So they have at least 3 fungal infections. We currently now have 2 lethal threats. We have to dodge Smoot. If they hit Smoot, we probably can't win. Nice! I didn't expect to win that game. That game was going terribly. 1 Smoot in the top half of their deck, though, so we got lucky on that. Is it bad? I just want to bring all of these in. I want to bring every counterspell I have in versus these youngins. I really want to take out all this crap that just gets smashed by... I want to take out all this stuff to get smashed by... fungal infection. I don't know if I can. I have to at least keep the ones that fly, right? You have to at least keep the ones that fly. Essence Scatters is cards we can cut. Like, we definitely don't need these Essence Scatters. I guess I'll bring one of you back in. Might not need this many Disdainful Strokes. Alright, let's just try it like this. No fungal infection, please. Ever. The entire game, just none. Ah, this sounds acceptable. It's fungal infection proof. And they've already mulliganed. Furiously clicking this island. Island online. Furiously clicking this island. Not worried about protecting this one. We can protect it next turn once we get the Curious Obsession Runo on it. Thief of Sanity. Thief of Sanity is a good card. Good enough card for me to read it. I kinda don't want to just jam you and die. So does that mean I have to let this resolve? I think this resolve seems terrible here. I guess we both get a card, it's okay. He gets a choice though. I don't. Then again, I might not need cards. May just have enough. May already have enough gas in this tank. Probably don't have enough gas in this tank, by the way. I don't have that many good cards for them to hit. So at least we got that going for us. Most of our deck's poopers. Okay. Probably should have sideboarded that card out. We just had a very odd counterspell war. I chose to fight there because we lose the Curious Obsession if he taps our Curious Obsession. Or taps our creature of Curious Obsession when we only have one creature in play. But that might not have been the best place to fight. Do you feel like we're reasonably far behind now? Oh yeah, we're dead. Does not feel like a game we are going to win. Feels like a game we can win. It just doesn't feel like a game we're going to win. Additional land there doesn't seem particularly helpful. They'll have some removal spell for this, though not exactly sure which yet. Hopefully we get to kill their Thief of Sanity here. That would be huge. Because I guess the only way we ever get to kill this is if they're killing this, so maybe it's not as huge as I'm saying. You're just not going to attack with them all, are you? What? You have a Smoot then. 100% Smoot. So I should just take this 6-10 and block. Nothing else makes a lot of sense, does it? What? Anybody else confused? guess we'll just win then. Our opponent's going to make us just win. Do I have arbitrary creature here? I guess our opponent's going to make us just win. Move to the attack step. Tap the lifelink key. Still have a counter spell. So they have to have another counter spell. They're just done. They wasn't dead on board. They could have drawn to another suit. But I guess that's all they wanted to play. They wasn't dead on board because they had a flyer that could block my Tempest Gen, so they're just taking 5. But we are getting to like draw a card for our turn. We're getting to look at this, put on in our graveyard. Look at this, put in our graveyard, then draw a card. And they can see us doing at least that far. Little do they know all of those cards were useless. They did not, however, know that we were going to get to Charter Course twice. So we would have got to another counterspell, but feels like they should have just played to another suit. Maybe they only have one suit in their deck. I don't know. Anyway, let's celebrate by opening 2 chests. And if we do badly, we won't open anymore. If we do good, we will. Really still like mono blue. Still seems pretty strong. So, did we do well? No, 15 play points isn't doing well. We're probably just going to open them all. Exploration's probably doing well. There was a time that card was worth like the big billions on Moto. I remember the Odart one I opened was worth like 94 ticks at one point. They are now worth sell for 722. Alright, well 722 is enough for us to open more, but let's put it in the binder so we don't forget about it. It's junk we've opened on stream recently that I've been too lazy to sell. But if I don't put it in the binder now, I'll never remember it. Yeah, the before Conspiracy or whatever, what is this set? Battle Bond or whatever it was come out. I don't think Collective Effort or Steel Moon Cavalier was worth anything. I remember I had to buy Steel Moon Cavaliers for standard in paper at one point when they were like $12. Anyway, so we'll open a 4th. If we brick on this one, we're technically down money. We're technically up money because of the play points, but we're going to open them all. We need to be saving tickets because I lose my mana traders fairly soon, but as you can see, saving tickets is not my strong suit. Defense Grid would be money in real life. It is not money online. It's like, I don't know, 89 cents or something. But it's good enough to put in the pile. Come on, big money. Can we find something that makes us smile? Yahini's Expertise, after it's rotated, it does not make us smile. I covered the screen with my hand, by the way, and like slow rode these out to myself, so it might be taking a little bit. I've never saw the art of that card, and I really like it. But again, it's worthless, so basically we lost money unless we hit something here. And we didn't hit anything here, we just hit more arbitrary play points. And as you can see, we obviously care nothing about play points at all. Alright, well, back to talking about the deck. The deck felt good. I need to read more spoilers to see if there's anything else we can put in it. But Night Veil Sprite is insanely good. Like, it is, I'm not going to say you shove it in every single deck, but it's so good in this deck. Oh, by the way, hey, Kozil, thank you for the follow. Apparently it was 22 minutes ago, and I'm not a good enough streamer to have alerts, so I have to apologize for that. But anyway, the deck felt strong. We got a 4-1. The one match we lost to, I felt we got incredibly unlucky to lose to. But, you know, it is whatever it is. Felt like we got pretty lucky to win game 1 of the last round, too. You know, it's Magic. You can't get too upset about it. I don't know if we need 3 Disdainful Strokes. They seemed like less good than just having another Essence Scatter or having another Negate. The Syncopates underperformed today, but I still think they're relatively good. Overall, I really like this deck. I don't know if there should be a split between Chart and Op, but I don't know which is better. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Highly appreciate it. And as always, I'll be back sometime tomorrow with some deck. We might play Arena tomorrow. We might just play this deck on Arena. I have no idea what we're going to do. We'll do something, though. Anyway, take care, everybody, and go watch like somebody more entertaining than me. Appreciate the support.